Hello again. A couple of months back I bumped into an old friend and I hadn't seen him in ages, and he said, "What's your handicap?" And I said, "I don't know." Before I talk about my I don't know handicap, you may have noticed, but we've had an exceptionally dry spring and start to summer, so the ground is very hard. This drive just goes over the 300 down this hill, which is all very well while you're hitting it straight. It's not so clever when you hit it a bit crooked, like this one. When I play in Thailand, I quite often mention that your drive goes splat and your second shot goes splat because of the amount of rain they have. Well, I think I prefer it to rock hard ground where your ball is somewhat out of control. So rock hard ground, you can gain on your drive, but you might lose out elsewhere. I don't particularly like it that much. Now, why did I say I don't know to that question about my handicap? Oh, that was a horrible over-the-top golf swing, but it's back in play. But you see, at one course I get 2 shots, and at another course I get 9. And if I play the back tees at a particularly long course that I know, I get 11. And of course I get every number of strokes in between. I find this very difficult and even a little confusing. I'd much prefer to have a fixed handicap that I play with everywhere. It seems a little more sensible to me, the old system, than the new system where you can have a spread from anything from 2 to 11 shots. So the ground's firm and the greens are somewhat firm, especially playing in the evening after work. And this gives me doubt. I don't know where this ball is going to stop. And when I have doubt, I tend to hit worse shots. Now this is only a 10-hole video starting from the 9th tee. So I'm going to show a little bit more of my putting routine, especially over these, the scoring putts. Now I do tend to treat them rather casually. You've seen me knock them in one-handed and backhanded and not line them up. But this is my full routine when I've got a card in my hand. When I'm just playing social, I don't tend to bother. Now 12 is an issue for me because I keep running out of space. So I'm going to try and hit it closer to the corner. And that's far too close. Under normal ground conditions, I would never try and get this close to the corner, because if you don't quite hit it full length, as I've just done, that's your second shot. A chip and run. But with the ground firm, it's made me have a little gamble, and that little gamble has not paid off. And with the greens firm, especially in the evening, about 12 or 13 hours after they were last watered, you can't stop the ball by the hole. On to 13. With the slope of this fairway, I've got to aim well left. In fact, I'm aiming all the way over there between a lone tree and basically lost golf ball. My fairway there is 8 yards wide, and I've hit it, and it's held up in the rough, which is nice, because if you hit the fairway, then you miss the fairway right, and then you're coming over that bunker. From up here on the left, it's a much more favourable place to be. Now on 14, with the ball running away out of control down the left, I switched to a 4 hybrid instead of my usual 3. And I've hit it a little poorly. It's clipped the top of the hill and only just made it over. You don't often see me up here, but I suppose it gives you a better view of the hole. And that's a little shy. And we've got a long putt. So I'm showing you all the extra putting bits simply so you can see exactly how much effort I put into these scoring putts when it matters. Normally I just one-hand this into the hole. Off to 15, you can see how yellow this fairway is now. But I thought I'd use the heel of the driver just for a change. It's run out quite well, even for the heel. But it's not as close as I should have been. And up this hill, it's a difficult shot. And that's another poor shot. So 2 poor shots, and we're greenside. Now this is where I come alive. All of these bumps, hollows, slopes, and then trying to work it out. Where am I going to land it? How's it going to turn? How can I get my par? And that's how I get my par. You can see more of the slope behind me. I love chipping. On to 16, and I still need the driver to get over the brow of the hill. 3 wood just isn't going to do it. That's gone over the left side. It's finished in the right rough. That's just how firm it is now. And a very awkward distance. See, I don't particularly like firm ground because you end up in strange positions with strange yardages. Overdone that. And this one really is outside the circle of friendship. If you're going to keep making pars, you've got to put in an appropriate amount of effort and getting that club face square to your line. We go off to 17. I've got the 3 hybrid. What I'm looking for is a high fade into the green. I've got the fade, I haven't got the height. But at least I've landed on the green, so it has in fact stopped. I've got a yellow AVX. I'm going to have another go at this because it's the evening. It's a chance to practice. This time I've got the height, but I haven't got the fade. And that lands just to the left of the green on the hard bit. And in fact it's back out there in the middle of the 13th. Not a lot of use to anybody out there. This is what hard ground can do. It can just add 30-40 yards to a shot when you don't need it, or in that case at least 50. That was a bad case of falling in love with the line and then forgetting to hit the putt. Well, that second ball I hit, I kind of like flushed, but it missed the green, so it landed on hard ground. It went 257 yards, which not bad for a 3 hybrid, but it does explain adequately why I've been struggling a bit to score. Is because if you miss a green, the ball can end up absolutely anywhere. Now I'm going to have to find some motivation to actually play and most definitely practice. I'm missing some of my finesse shots, which doesn't surprise me actually when you think I haven't played or practiced. And I've got some new irons with different shafts. So I'm still learning what the shaft is doing a little bit. Going on holiday, The wife was going to pay for me to play St Melian Nicholas course, but it is booked solid, way in advance. You just can't get on. Yeah, some days I don't even have the motivation to leave the house at the moment. That's life. Anyway, number 18, let's see if I can be a bit braver with the direction I take off the tee. The green itself is over the top of the trees and the corner of the outer bounds over there, so you do need some bravery. I'd normally aim there, but with the ground so hard, the driver is far too much club for going straight down the hole. So it's over the corner, and you always panic when you do. And strangely, even by going over the corner, I'm still left of the green. Surprising how far right you've got to aim to get on this par 4 green. I'll tell you one thing I'll never get used to, and that's playing with a camera on the 18th green in front of the clubhouse. I don't think I'll ever get over that. Goodness knows how the pros do it, with thousands of people in the gallery watching them, and some of them shouting out rude words. Well, that's golf. It can be difficult in so many different ways, and at the moment, firm ground makes it difficult for me. How about you? Ta-ra.